Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWBR-FM. Pre-calculus, Advanced Algebra, Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry, Elementary Algebra, Geometry. Mga araling dapat tuklasin. Mathematics Learning Area. Mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan. Mathematics, maaasahan inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing!
Check lang po natin. Ayan. Ayan. Pasok na nga ang tunog. Naririnig na ba ako? Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Kamusta po kayo? Isang makulimlim na umaga po sa ating lahat. Kahit makulimlim, pag-aaral ay hindi magiging madilim. O, diba? Welcome to Math Alive sa Facebook Live. O, diba? It's Monday, October 18, 2021. Ang unang live streaming ng Shift 2, Quarter 1, Mathematics 8. O, ayan, dahil inaayos po audio natin, medyo may mga naririnig tayong mga bumubulong-bulong sa paligid. Okay. Patuloy pong inaanyayahan ko ang ating mga grade 7 students, mga anak. Maaari kayong sumaling makinig at matuto dahil ang mga pag-aaralan natin ngayon ay in the long run, matututunan at mapag-aaralan nyo rin. Kaya sumali na kayo at maaari kayong manalo na malimpak-limpak na papremyo. Ito po ang unang pag-ere ng ating Mathematics 8 RBI and live discussion. Sana po ay magpatuloy ang magandang koneksyon natin dito. At kung halimbawang sana naman ay hindi na maulit na bigla kaming mawala sa ere, at tabayanan lang po kami at hindi po kami basta-basta mawawala. Okay. Ang live streaming pong ito ay ginawa po natin para sa ating mga mag-aaral, lalo na sa mga estudyante na hindi natin sabay-sabay na naaabot. Maaari nyo po kami mapanood ngayon live, o diba? Parang nasa pagbabalita. Ayan. Unang live discussion, kaya sana bugso ang ating viewers ngayon. At sa mga hindi makakapanood ng buo, balikan lang ito sa ating page. Binabati po natin lahat ng naaabot ng ating live streaming. Sa mga nakikinig ngayon, shout out po sa mga parents na nanonood, sa aking nanay, na Elena, and to my Trevi and Elijah, and of course, to my Bebe. O, diba? Sa lahat ng parents na nanonood kasama ng kanilang mga anak. Sa ating mga kasamahan sa math learning area na nasa bahay, mga kamat, miss ko na po kayo. Magpagaling po ang mga medyo may mga nararamdaman pa dyan at mag-ingat po tayong lahat. Hello sa mga estudyante, eto na. Sana tapusin nyo mga anak, aabangan ko lahat ng comment nyo ngayon. SPA ng grade 8, SPJ ng grade 8, and of course sa aking mga anak, 7 Sining and 7 Kultura. Tapusin nyo, abangan nyo dahil after live streaming may pabonggang tanong ako dyan. And of course, my name is Teacher Rowella S. Santos and my partner is Ma'am Jenny. Go, go, go!
Hello, Ma'am. Magandang umaga, Donyans! At sa lahat po ng listeners and viewers natin dyan, good morning! Welcome po sa Math Alive sa Facebook Live. This is your co-host for today, Teacher Jenny D. Carino. Ayan, shout out po sa mga estudyante kong grade 8 Lavender, grade 8 Maroon. Ganun na din sa mga grade 7 Jacinto ko at 7 Lapu-Lapu. At syempre, special greetings sa aking advisee, ang 7 Del Pilar. Hello sa inyong lahat mga anak. Of course, gusto ko ding batiin ang aking totoong anak na si Klidge. Hi anak, makinig ka rin ha. Okay, so mga anak, makinig at manood, makibahagi sa ating talakayan ngayon dahil ito ang kauna-unahang linggo ng ating RBI with live discussion ngayong quarter 1, shift 2. Okay, exciting ang ating lesson ngayon mga anak. So sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa atin ngayon, maraming salamat po. Okay? Tumutok lang po kayo sa ating talakayan hanggang sa dulo upang tayo ay matuto. Special thanks to Ma'am Larna Tan Nevado. Thank you so much po ma'am sa pag-sponsor ng aming mga papremyo. At sa laging pagtutok, syempre sa ating RBI, nakiki-comment din po siya dyan at nakikibahagi. Ganunin po sa ating Facebook Live. Nandyan lang din po siya palagi. God bless you more, Ma'am Larna. Okay. So, today, partner, we are going to have another live streaming from our own math learning area, syempre. Kaya naman, huwag na nating patagalin. Para samahan tayo ngayon, i-welcome na natin ang ating mga learning facilitators.
Patikim lang ito, partner, no? Hindi natin sila pagsasalitan, pero medyo ma-excite sila. Kaway-kaway naman dyan sa ating learning facilitators, Teacher Janice Bills A. Simon. Wow, ang ganda na. Parang nagko-collage lang. Nakakolage. Parang ayan, kaway-kaway ka nga dyan, Ma'am Janice.
Hi, kaway.
Hello. And of course, a very energetic and very energetic ulit. Teacher Marty C. De la Cruz. Okay. Ayan sila. Okay, mamaya maririnig nyo kanilang mga mahalimuyak na boses. Okay? Pinatikim lang namin sa inyo, kumbaga. Yes. And of course, to our head teacher na nagbalik na ngayon. Mami, naitawid na. Nandito na kami at salamat sa iyong suporta.
Welcome back, Mami.
Yes. And of course, mga anak, mamaya sa ating mga question, please don't forget to comment your name, section, and of course, yung question number na binigay namin dahil sa comment section kami kukuha ng correct answer. Don't forget to write to comment your cellphone number, syempre, para manalo kayo ng limpak-limpak na load. Huwag kayong aalis mga anak, magbabalik kami. Sabi ko nga, ang una kong tanong ay manggagaling sa RBI lesson na i-ere natin. Makinig kayo mabuti kung sinong radio teacher, scriptwriter, beginner. Magbabalik kami at huwag na huwag kayong aalis. And ito na po ang ating RBI lesson. Go, go, go!
Dance Radio, siniharalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area,
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing! Wonderful day, our dear grade 8 learners. I am Teacher Rowella, and I will be with you until we finish our lesson on factoring. Before we proceed, let us remember what Paul Halmos once said. The only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. I hope you will be guided by this. Are you ready to do mathematics?
Yes, ma'am!
Then, welcome to our first lesson in Mathematics 8. Are you familiar with the term factors?
Yes, ma'am!
Then, what are factors?
Ma'am, the numbers that we multiply are the factors of the product.
Yes, that's right. Factors are the numbers we multiply. What are the factors of 20?
5 and 4, ma'am.
You're right. Any more? Ma'am, 10 and 2. That is correct. What else?
1 and 20, ma'am.
Very good. Can we have 3 or more factors of a given number?
Yes, ma'am. Just like 20. The factors of 20 are 5, 2, and 2.
Fantastic! You will use your knowledge in identifying factors in our RBI lesson for today. For our lesson today, we shall study the different types of factoring techniques and how to use these in factoring polynomials. Do you know some techniques in presenting eggs for breakfast?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you share your techniques in presenting eggs for breakfast?
Ma'am, scrambled egg and a bun on a plate with cereal.
Correct! What else?
Ma'am, boiled egg on top of pancit canton on a plate.
You're right! What else?
Ma'am, sunny side up with jamon de tuyo con fried rice on a plate.
Wow! What a delicious breakfast to start the day! Just like our lesson today, we are going to use different techniques in factoring polynomials. We will discuss the first 3 techniques in factoring polynomials, namely, factoring by greatest common monomial factor, difference of 2 squares, and perfect square trinomials. While the last 3 techniques will be discussed in the live discussion. I hope you will cooperate and listen well in order for you to understand well and learn the patterns used in factoring. Is that clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good! To start with, let us define factoring. Anyone who can give the meaning of factoring?
Ma'am, factoring is the method of expressing a given polynomial as a product of 2 or more polynomials, and these products are called factors.
Wonderful! Factoring is the method of expressing a given polynomial as a product of 2 or more polynomials, and these products are called factors. Can you give the factors of 2x squared?
Ma'am, the factors of 2x squared are 1, 2, x, x squared, 2x, and 2x squared.
Amazing! Yes, the factors of 2x squared are 1, 2, x, x squared, 2x, and 2x squared. Now, let us have the different factoring techniques or patterns. What are the techniques in factoring polynomials? Kindly give them.
One of the factoring techniques is factoring by getting the GCMF or greatest common monomial factor, ma'am.
That is correct. Factoring by getting the GCMF. What else?
Ma'am, another is factoring difference of 2 squares.
Yes, factoring difference of 2 squares. Any more?
The other one is factoring the perfect square trinomials, ma'am.
That is right. factoring the perfect square trinomials. What about the next one?
Factoring the general trinomials, ma'am.
Yes, it is factoring the general trinomials. What else?
Factoring the sum and difference of two cubes, ma'am.
You got it! Factoring the sum and difference of two cubes. And the last one?
The last is factoring by grouping, ma'am.
Yes, factoring by grouping. Wow, wonderful! You really had read your given modules, class. Keep it up in studying your lesson ahead. Now, we are ready to discuss the patterns of each type of factoring. We will discuss only the first three types and the other will be discussed in the live streaming later. Are you now ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us start with factoring by getting the greatest common monomial factor or GCMF. Do you know the pattern used in factoring polynomials with common monomial factor?
Yes, ma'am. It is ax plus ay equals a times the quantity x plus y, where a is called the greatest common monomial factor or GCMF, ma'am.
Wonderful! Yes, the pattern for factoring by getting the greatest common monomial factor is ax plus ay equals a times the quantity x plus y, where a is called the greatest common monomial factor. Look at example 4 on page 8. Write 12x cubed minus 18xy plus 24x in factored form. How is it done? Let us consider the steps in your module. What are the steps given?
The first step is to determine the number of terms. So, in the example, we have 3 terms. These are 12x cubed, negative 18xy, and 24x.
Yes, there are 3 terms, namely 12x cubed, negative 18xy, and 24x. What comes next after determining the number of terms?
Step 2. Determine the GCF of the numerical coefficients and the variables, ma'am.
And what is the GCF of 12, 18, and 24? Ready? Go, go, go!
The GCF of 12, 18, and 24 is 6, ma'am.
That is right. The GCF of 12, 18, and 24 is 6. How about the variables? How do we determine the GCF of the variables?
Ma'am, the GCF of the variables is the one with the least or smallest exponent and is common to every term.
Very good. The GCF of the variables is the one with the least or smallest exponent and is common to every term. What is the GCF of x cubed, xy, and x? Ready? Go, go, go!
The GCF of x cubed, xy, and x is x, ma'am.
Wonderful! The GCF of x cubed, xy, and x is x. What is the third step?
Step 3. Find the product of the numerical coefficient and the variable. Therefore, 6 times x is 6x, ma'am.
That's great! 6 times x is 6x. Let's have the next step.
Ma'am, the fourth step is to find the other factor by dividing each term of the polynomial by the GCMF.
That is correct. What is then the quotient after dividing each term of the polynomial by the GCMF? Ready? Go, go, go!
12x cubed divided by 6x minus 18xy divided by 6x plus 24x divided by 6x is equal to 2x squared minus 3y plus 4, ma'am.
Magnificent! Dividing each term of the polynomial 12x cubed minus 18xy plus 24x by the GCMF, 6x is 2x squared minus 3y plus 4. And what is the last step?
Step 5 is to write the complete factored form, which is 6x times the quantity 2x squared minus 3y plus 4, ma'am.
Wow! You really studied your lesson well. Let's pause for a short break for some reminders as you do Activity 2 on page 11 titled Complete Me.
Naku! Malapit na ang pasahan ng outputs!
Retrieval time na naman. Narito ang mga dapat mong tandaan sa pagpasa ng outputs mo, Kadonyan.
Tiyaking nakasulat ang iyong pangalan sa bawat subject na iyong ipapasa.
Oops, huwag ding kalimutang isulat ang iyong seksyon kung saan ka kabilang.
Mahalagang lagyan din ng label na Week 1,
Week 2, 3 o 4 ang iyong outputs kung anong aralin
at bilang nito upang malaman ng guro kung kumpleto ang iyong ipinasang outputs sa bawat linggo. Kadonyan!
Maaari, isulat din ang pangalan ng iyong guro sa bawat subject.
Kung may color coding, sundin ito upang madaling malaman ng iyong advice.
Ng Aurora National High School at ng istasyong ito.
I am back! Let us proceed first to the other factoring pattern, the difference of two squares. Turn your module on page 13. How do we factor the difference of two squares?
The pattern for difference of two squares is a squared minus b squared equals the quantity a plus b times the quantity a minus b, ma'am.
Very good! The difference of two squares is in the form a squared minus b squared equals the quantity a plus b times the quantity a minus b. Anyone who knows the technique in factoring the difference of two squares?
Ma'am, to find the factors of the difference of two squares is square root of the first term plus and minus the square root of the last term.
Magnificent! To find the factors of the difference of two squares is square root of the first term plus and minus the square root of the last term. Orally, you can easily factor the difference of two squares. Let's try this one. What are the factors of 25x squared minus y squared? Again, what are the factors of 25x squared minus y squared? Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, The factors of 25x squared minus y squared are the quantity 5x plus y times the quantity 5x minus y.
You're right! The factors of 25x squared minus y squared are the quantity 5x plus y times the quantity 5x minus y. What about 81a raised to 4 minus 16b raised to 4? I repeat, what are the factors of 81a raised to 4 minus 16b raised to 4? Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, the factors of 81a raised to 4 minus 16b raised to 4 are the quantity 9a squared plus 4b squared times the quantity 9a squared minus 4b squared.
Excellent! The factors of 81a raised to 4 minus 16b raised to 4 are the quantity 9a squared plus 4b squared times the quantity 9a squared minus 4b squared. You may answer activity 3 titled Whole to Parts on page 17 and we will answer them after our discussion. Is that alright with you, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let's proceed to the next kind of factoring.
Let's go.
Can you still remember the technique in squaring binomial?
Yes, ma'am. To square a binomial is to square the first term plus or minus twice the product of the first and the last term plus square of the last term.
You're great, dear learners! To square a binomial is to square the first term plus or minus twice the product of the first and the last term plus the square of the last term. That is the opposite of factoring perfect square trinomials. In factoring perfect square trinomials, there are some conditions to follow. On page 7 of your module titled Factoring Perfect Square Trinomials, what is the first condition?
Ma'am, determine whether the first term and the last term are perfect squares.
Yes, that's right! We need to determine whether the first term and the last term are perfect squares. And the next condition is...
Ma'am, determine whether the middle term is twice the product of the square roots of the first term and the last term.
That is absolutely correct. We need to determine whether the first term and the last term are perfect squares. If the two conditions are satisfied, then what is your conclusion?
Ma'am, if the two conditions are met, then the given polynomial is a perfect square trinomial.
Wow! Perfect! Let us have an illustrative example after a short break.
Facts about COVID-19. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. What are symptoms of COVID-19? Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulties. How can we prevent COVID-19? To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hand often. Maintain a safe distance. Wear masks when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home when you feel unwell, and if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention.
This health advisory is brought to you by World Health Organization, Doña Aurora National High School, and this station.
We're back! As I promised, let us have illustrative example number 3 on page 7 in factoring perfect square trinomials. Factor x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared. Are the first term x squared and the last term 49y squared perfect squares?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you say so?
The factors of x squared are x and x, while 49y squared are 7y and 7y. Both are perfect squares.
That is right. X squared and 49y squared are both perfect squares. What about the middle term, 14xy? Is it twice the product of the square roots of the first term and the last term?
Yes, ma'am. The square root of x squared is x, and 49y squared is 7y. Then, twice their product, that is 2 times x times 7y is equal to 14xy.
Wow! You are really wonderful, dear learners. Since the conditions are satisfied, therefore, x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared is a perfect square trinomial. We are now ready to factor x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared completely.
Yes, ma'am.
And what are the factors of x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared?
The factors of x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared are the quantity x plus 7 times the quantity x plus 7, or x plus 7 squared.
That is correct. The factors of x squared plus 14xy plus 49y squared are the quantity x plus 7 times the quantity x plus 7, or the quantity x plus 7 squared. Do you like to learn the technique in factoring perfect square trinomial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. To factor perfect square trinomial is equal to the square root of the first term plus or minus the square root of the last term quantity squared. I repeat, to factor the perfect square trinomial is equal to the square root of the first term plus or minus the square root of the last term quantity squared. Did you get it, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try this one. Factor 25a squared minus 10ab plus b squared. Again, factor 25a squared minus 10ab plus b squared. Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, the factors of 25a squared minus 10ab plus b squared is the quantity 5a minus b squared.
Perfect! It is very easy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, we're done! You did it well, dear learners. That was way too long, but I hope you managed to stay with us and enjoy. I hope that you grasp all the information needed for this lesson. At this moment, I know you are ready for a simple challenge by doing the activities found in your modules. I know you can do it since you really listened very well to our lesson. We shall have the recap of the lesson tackled after a few reminders.
Do you encounter problems in accomplishing the different activities in your modules or learning activity sheets?
Worry no more because your teachers are always ready to guide and assist you. You can send your questions or clarifications in 2 easy ways. 1. Call or text, and 2. Private message. So easy, right? Remember, at Doña Aurora National High School, we make amazing things possible.
This reminder is brought to you by Doña Aurora National High School and this station.
We're back! Thank you, dear grade 8 learners, for still tuning in. You have learned a while back about factoring and patterns on how to factor them. What is the pattern for GCMF?
The pattern for factoring GCMF is AX plus AY equals A times the quantity X plus Y, ma'am.
Very good. How about the difference of 2 squares?
The pattern for difference of 2 squares is A squared minus B squared equals the quantity A plus B times the quantity A minus B, ma'am.
Yes, that's right. Will you state the technique you have learned in factoring difference of 2 squares?
Ma'am, to find the factors of the difference of 2 squares is the square root of the first term plus and minus the square root of the last term.
Amazing! You have really taken down notes. Make it a habit to take down important details for better understanding and greater retention class. How about factoring perfect square trinomials?
Ma'am, the pattern in factoring perfect square trinomials is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared equals the quantity A plus B times the quantity A plus B, or the quantity A plus B squared, or A squared minus 2AB plus B squared equals the quantity A minus B times the quantity A minus B, or the quantity A minus B squared.
Perfect! What about the technique in factoring perfect square trinomials?
To factor perfect square trinomial is equal to the square root of the first term plus or minus the square root of the last term quantity square, or minus the square root of the last term quantity square, ma'am.
Very good! Please get your modules and let us answer some activities that will check whether you have understood our lesson. Activity 2, titled You Complete Me, on page 11, item number 1. 7p squared minus 7p. If the GCF is 7p, what is the other factor? I repeat, item number 1. 7p squared minus 7p. If the GCF is 7p, what is the other factor? Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, if the GCF of 7p squared minus 7p is 7p, then the other factor is the quantity p minus 1.
That's correct! The other factor is the quantity p minus 1. What about item number 5, page 17, activity 3? Whole 2 parts. What are the factors of 81x squared minus 400y raised to 4th? Again, What are the factors of 81x squared minus 400y raised to 4? Ready? Go, go, go!
The factors of 81x squared minus 400y raised to 4 are the quantity 9x plus 20y squared times the quantity 9x minus 20y squared, ma'am.
Very good! The factors of 81x squared minus 400y raised to 4 are the quantity 9x plus 20y squared times the quantity 9x minus 20y squared. For the next item, page 9, under Factoring Perfect Square Trinomials, Activity 2. Break it perfectly. Item number 3. 16m squared plus 48m plus 36. Write your answer as a square of a binomial. Again, page 9, under Factoring Perfect Square Trinomials, Activity 2. Break it perfectly. Item number 3. 16m squared plus 48m plus 36. Write your answer as a square of binomial. Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, factoring 16m squared plus 48m plus 36 is equal to the quantity 4m plus 6 squared.
Excellent! Factoring 16m squared plus 48m plus 36 is equal to the quantity 4m plus 6 squared. Congratulations, my dear learners, for a fruitful discussion. You may continue answering the different activities in your modules. If you have questions on how to do the activities, feel free to message or call your teacher in Mathematics 8. Their numbers are provided in your self-learning kits. Dear learners, you are done with your 1-week lesson. Do not forget to reflect on the activities you have done in every lesson by completing the given statements found in your modules. You may write on your journal notebooks. We hope you understand the lesson well. Always tune in to our school's radio station, DWDR Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. Again, I am your radio teacher, Teacher Rowella. On behalf of the production team, I would like to thank the following people who made this episode possible. To our scriptwriter, Ma'am Lori Lee Vinitura. Our technical specialists, Teacher Rufino R. Pomeda Jr. and Teacher Marty De La Cruz. To our quality assurance team, Teacher Jonah A. Buduan and Ma'am Merlinda D. Dante, Head Teacher 5 of Mathematics Learning Area. Thank you so much, and may God bless us always and keep us safe. Until the next episode, this is your radio teacher leaving you this quote by Timothy Pina for you to ponder. Believing in yourself is always the X factor in the equation of achieving greatness. Stay safe and goodbye!
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area.
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing!
Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin magkabago, paraan ng pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Ayan. Hello, subject. Hello, sound check. Okay, ayan. And we're back! O, diba? Sinabi ko kanina mga anak, makinig kayo mabuti sa ating airing ng RBI dahil ang aking unang pa-bonus question, syempre medyo pagka umpi-umpisa, medyo madali dapat ang tanong, partner.
Para ma-inspire naman sila magsagot, partner.
Yes, kung talagang nakinig kayo kanina, eto na. So bago ko ibigay ang una kong pa-bonus question, i-remind ko lang kung paano tayo sasagot kasi meron tayong DTI representative na naghihintay sa labas. Sinasala talaga niya yung mga message nyo. Pinipili kung sino yung pinakatama, pinakakompleto. Take note, kompleto ang detail and pinakaunang makakapag-send ng correct answer. Okay. So bago tayo dumako sa ating title, ibigay ko ng unang tanong para habang nagbibigay tayo dito ng ating topic, papasok na sa ating DTI representative. Ang unang maswerteng mananalo. Okay. Ang una kong tanong, partner, ay ito.
Makinig ha, mga anak,
Yes.
makinig.
So ang pagsagot nyo, itong format ha. Kapag kulang, hindi tatanggapin.
Invalid.
So, yes, kahit milyon-milyon ng entry mo, kung mali. So, hindi
May
accepted.
kulang.
Yes. Ito dapat makita namin dyan sa inyong sagot sa unang tanong. Name, section, and then, script writer. Isulat nyo yun ha, ilagay nyo yun. Script writer ng RBI kanina. Yun yung tanong ko, sino ang script writer? And then, your answer, and your cell phone number. Again, name, section, script writer, then pangalan ko, joke kung ako yun. Then yung answer nyo, yun yung sagot nyo doon. And your cell phone number. Eto na ang signal. Go, go, go! O, diba?
Go, 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 mga anak, sagot
Yes.
na.
Sino ang script writer natin doon sa ating pinakinggang RBI lesson? Take note, kailangan makita yung 5. Name, section, yung scriptwriter, yung name ng scriptwriter, and your cell phone number para kayo ang maswerteng unang mapili sa bonus question. Bonus yan kasi medyo madali-dali. Okay, partner, tayo ay nasa week 1 ng ating Mathematics 8. And our lesson is all about factoring completely different types of polynomials.
Yes, factoring tayo.
Ano bang objectives natin?
Ayan, partner. So, para mas tumutok kayo, ito yung dapat nating ma-attain, mga anak. So, at the end of the live discussion, you should be able to factor completely different types of polynomials like polynomials with common monomial factor, difference of two squares, perfect square trinomials, and general binomials. So, yan. Magkakaroon tayo ng lahat ng factoring types.
Yan, okay. So, aabangan lang natin, dito kasi mga anak, kung hindi nyo nakikita, meron tayong mga kasama dito. Pag tumayo na, ayan na, may nanalo na. Okay, wag na nating patagalin at eto na ang unang bugso ng kanilang pagdating, parang bagyo ba? At magbabalik kami kapag magbibigay na naman kami ng question and answer portion pa dyan. Okay, wag na natin patagalin. Ibigay na po natin ang trono sa ating energetic, napakagaling, napaka-sexy Teacher Janice Bills A. Simon and Teacher Marnie C. De La Cruz. Go, go, go! Sound check. May sound ba, ma'am? Okay. So, magandang umaga muli sa ating lahat, lalong-lalo na sa aking mga anak na grade 8, ang 8 beige, 8 burgundy, and 8 crimson. At syempre, hindi ko makakalimutang batiin ang aking dalawang anak, Janelle at si Jan, at ang aking hubby. So, for today, nasabi naman na kanina ni Ma'am Jenny yung ating objectives. So, we will be discussing about factoring. So, ano nga ba ang tinatawag nating factoring? So, i-define po natin yan. Factoring is the method of expressing the polynomials as product of two or more polynomials, and these polynomials are called factors. So, para mas maintindihan ninyo mamaya, marami tayong mga examples at gagawin natin ang factoring using the different factoring techniques. So, bali meron tayong iba't ibang techniques. Ayan. So, una, we have the GCMF or the greatest common monomial factoring, difference of two squares, the sum and difference of two cubes, perfect square trinomials, the general trinomials, and by grouping. So, iisa-isahin po namin silang lahat mamaya. Hopefully, umabot tayo sa time. Okay. So, hindi na natin patatagalin. Ito na po ang ating question number 1.
Ayan. Ulitin natin basahin ang question number 1, partner. So, ito na ulit mga anak ang ating question number 1.
Okay, mga anak, again, ulitin ko lang ha. Magsisend lang kayo ng answer kapag narinig nyo kami dito na sumignal na pwede na kayong mag-send ng inyong mga answers. Go, 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 gano'n.
Wala pang tanong, may sagot na.
Tuwan-tuwa talaga. Sorry, bawal tumawa. Okay, ang tanong.
Ayan. So, ito na mga anak, makinig mabuti. What is the greatest common factor of the following polynomial? So, we have 12t cubed plus 30t squared plus 48t. Letter A, 12t. B, 6t cubed. Letter C, 6t. Or letter D, 12t cubed. I'll repeat. What is the greatest common factor of the following polynomial? 12t cubed plus 30t squared plus 48t. Letter A, 12t. Letter B, 6t cubed. Letter C, 6t. Or letter D, 12t cubed.
Okay, ang atin pong entry ay gamitin po ang ganitong format. Name, section, question number 1. Nakalagay po yung question number 1 ha. Sa dami kasi ng tanong dito, patapos na yung ere namin, question 1 pa yung sagot mo. So, i-indicate mo lang question number 1 and then your answer and your cellphone number. Again, magbibigay po kami ng signal ha kasi may mga iba sumasagot na yung parang panghuling tanong na yata yung gusto nilang sagutan. Naguhulat sila ng letter. So, hindi po. You wait for our signal. Magbibigay na ba tayo ng signal? Pwede na ba silang sumagot?
Or bago natin ibigay yung signal, baka pwedeng dun muna tayo sa unang tanong mo, partner, kanina. May nanalo na kaya?
Oh, wala pa akong signal for question number 1 ha.
So, wag mo
para lang
mag-send
dun
ng
sa
sagot.
scriptwriter question ko to kanina. Please wait for my go, go, go.
Yes.
Bago kayo mag-send para naman mas mabilis tayong makapili. Okay, sa ating DTI representative sa labas, meron na po ba tayong nakuhang mapalad na unang nanalo? Para alam natin kung if we are going to move on or and forget and
forgive and forget na lang, partner.
Iba na patunguhan. Okay, mukhang namimili pa
wala
sila.
pa.
Sige.
Sige.
Magbibigay na ba tayo ng signal for
Mas
question
mabuti,
number 1?
magbigay na tayo ng
eto
signal,
na.
partner.
Dito pa lang kayo start mag-send. Kasi yung iba kanina, nasa RBI pa lang, nagsisisagot na, guhula na, nakatanong ba? Okay, eto na ang aking signal. Pwede na kayong mag-send ng inyong sagot for question number 1. Go, go, go!
10:47.
Yes.
Ang time natin.
Okay, balik tayo sa ating facilitators para explain sa atin further ang ating lesson. Go, go, go!
Ayan, so para masagot ang question number 1, makinig kayong mabuti mga anak sa ating discussion. So uunahin nating i-discuss ang tinatawag na greatest common factor or yung alam nyo na yung GCF. So let's have examples. Number 1, find the greatest common factor or GCF of the following. Number 1, 12 and 16. So bali dito sa example na ito, isang method lang po ang tinakil namin, which is the listing method. So isusulat lahat natin ang factors ng 12. At yung factors ng 12, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Ma'am, paano nakuha yon? Kasi alam natin na ang 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is also 12. So those are the factors of 12. Isusulat mo lang, ililista lang. Then we also have 16. What are the factors of 16? We have 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. So, since ang hinahanap natin is greatest, ibig sabihin, pinakamataas na common factor ng 12 at saka 16. So, common factor nila ang 1, 2, at saka 4. But take note, greatest po ang hinahanap natin. So, ang GCF niya ngayon is 4. Okay, that's it. Let's have example number 2. We have 48 and 36. So, tulad ng unang ginawa natin, listing method pa rin tayo. Isusulat lang natin yung mga factors ng 48. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and 48. Then, we have 36. Isulat natin ang mga factors niya. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. So, hanapin natin, makikita ninyo sa screen, madami silang common factors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. But the greatest among those factors is 12. So, the GCF of 48 and 36 is 12. Okay. Next, third example tayo. We have to find the GCF of x raised to 5 and x cubed. Now, take note, kapag variables and we also have exponents, madali lang hanapin ang GCF ng mga yan. Since parehas naman silang variable na ginamit ay x, so, sa GCF niya, hindi mawawala ang x. And take note, paano naman sa case ng exponents nila, kuhanin mo lang yung exponent na pinaka mababa. Okay. The least exponent. So, ang GCF ng example number 3 is x cubed. Okay. Then number 4, x raised to 5, y raised to 6, and x raised to 7, and y cubed. Now, take note, parehas na ang base nila ay x at saka y. So, ang GCF is, tingnan natin sa case ng x, alin bang mas mababa, yung exponent na 5. So, we have x raised to 5. Then, sa may y, alin ang mas mababa doon? We have y cubed. So, the GCF is x raised to 5, y cubed. Okay. Now, let's have the lesson proper. Kumbaga, yung patatapos ko lang is just a review. So, lesson 1, factoring polynomials with a common monomial factor. So, we have, the first example is 4x raised to 7 plus 28x raised to 5 minus 56x cubed. So, diniscuss ko naman na kanina kung paano kukunin ang GCF ng 3 terms na yan. So, kumbaga is, kuhanin natin ang greatest common factor ng 4x raised to 7, 28x raised to 5, and we have negative 56x cubed. And the GCF is 4x cubed. Now, paano natin i-factor ang polynomial na yan? So, ilalabas natin yung quantity which is the GCF and that is 4x cubed. Mula dun sa original na polynomial, let us divide each term of the polynomial by the given GCF. So, take note, pag nagdi-divide tayo ng mga polynomials, ang ginagawa natin is we need to divide the numerical followed by the variables at ang nangyayari sa exponents niya, bina-minus natin. Okay. So, we have 4x raised to 7 divided by 4x cubed. The answer is 4 divided by 4 is 1 na yon. So, x raised to 7 divided by x cubed, that is x raised to 4 because 7 minus 3, sabi ko nga ima-minus yung exponents niya. So, ang natitira na lang is x raised to 4. The next quantity plus 28x raised to 5 divided by 4x cubed. The answer is 7x squared. Okay. Then we have the negative sign because negative divided by positive is negative. 56x cubed divided by 4x cubed, that is negative 14. Okay, so we have the factors of the given polynomial. We have 4x cubed times the quantity x raised to 4 plus 7x squared less 14. Okay. Another example, we have 6a cubed plus 9a squared b raised to 4 plus 18a raised to 4b. So, ang GCF natin dyan is 3a squared b. Okay. So, tulad ng unang ginawa natin kanina, sinabi ko na, i-divide natin each term of the given polynomial to the GCF. So, ilalabas natin yung GCF, 3a squared b times the quantity. Ayan na, magdi-divide tayo isa-isa. We have 6a cubed b squared divided by 3a squared b. The answer is 2ab plus 9a squared b raised to 4 divided by 3a squared b. The answer is 3b cubed plus 18a raised to 4b divided by 3a squared b. The answer is 6a squared. Okay. So, the final answer is 3a squared b times the quantity 2ab plus 3b cubed plus 6a squared. So, those are the factors of the given polynomial. Now, balik tayo sa question number 1. I think ready na? May nanalo na ba, mga madam?
Okay, ayan. Nakakatuwa naman dito. Naku, nakikita niyo po kami live na live sa ating screen. Nakayuko kami kasi natutuwa kami sa grabe dami ng comments at mga nagjo-join. Maraming salamat sa ating mga estudyante, and especially special mention daw yung SPJ and SPA. And of course, may nabasa ako dito. Shout out na lang kita, anak. Si Carl Red, sabi niya, ma'am, sasagot ako kahit wala na akong mapanalo ng load. Babatiin na lang kita, anak. Carl Red, salamat sa pag-join. Hindi niya nilagay yung number niya. Kahit wala na daw load. Okay. Eto na, partner. Ayan. Nagbalik na tayo sa question 1. Ano ba ang sagot sa question number 1?
Yeah. So, sa question number 1 natin kanina, ang tamang sagot natin ay letter C.
Ayan.
Letter C,
Okay.
mga anak. So,
And
maraming
of
sumagot
course,
ng letter
yes,
C, partner.
ang dami. Kaya lang talagang, alam nyo ba, halos maghang yung cellphone ng ating DTI representative sa labas. Okay, kaya hindi niya nakuha yung
Bababa ko
detail.
rin. Kailangan
Yes.
niya hanapin kung sino yung
Yes.
pinakaunang nag-comment.
So, ibibigay na natin ang
Tamang
unang
sagot.
dalawang maswerteng nanalo sa aking bonus question kanina. And of course, question number 1. Para sa ating question number 1, which is flash on your screen, answer is 6T, which is letter C.
Letter C.
Congratulations from 8. SPJ!
Congratulations!
Wow! Congratulations!
Okay,
Sino siya?
congratulations to Azlin, Timoteo
Yes!
of 8SBJ.
Maganda.
First winner
Yes.
sa ating question number
Oh,
1.
diba? Comment ulit dyan. And of course, ang unang nakapagbigay ng correct answer sa ating scriptwriter question, bonus question ay from grade 8 ulit. From Copernicus. At siya ay si
Zarika Langgita.
Yes, congratulations.
Okay, and thank
Yes.
you so much, Ma'am Larna.
Yes, salamat po.
Para sa mga papremyo natin.
Okay, so balik tayo sa ating learning facilitators para sa mas maraming go questions. Ibigay nyo na ulit yan. Go!
Question number 2. Lesson 2 na ba?
Okay, partner.
Ayun na.
So, bago natin ibalik sa ating mga facilitators, ibigay na muna natin ang pangalawang tanong.
Okay, para may manalo na ulit.
Para may manalo na ulit.
Yes. Ang ating question number 2 ay ibibigay ko na. Ibibigay ko na ba talaga? Talaga ba? Parang ayaw ko pa.
Question number 2. Nasaan na ba yun?
Nagulat din ako. Okay. Sa ating pagsagot mga anak, don't forget your name, section, question number 2. Yung word na yun answer, and your cell phone number. So para sa ating question number 2, para hindi nyo na ibalik sa akin, factor 3x squared plus 7x plus 2. Letter A, 3x plus 2 times x plus 1. Letter B, the quantity 3x plus 1 times the quantity x plus 2. Letter C, the quantity 3x plus 2 plus the quantity 3x plus 1. And letter D, the quantity 3x plus 1 times the quantity x plus 1. Okay. Earlier namin binibigay ang question ng anak para kung magsasolve pa kayo na mahaba-haba, sapat yung oras nyo.
Habang ang ating mga facilitators.
Again, don't forget to
Ayan.
comment.
Yes, paki-comment ang inyong name, grade and section, question number 2, ang inyong sagot at ang inyong cellphone number. So yan pang format ng ating sagot ha mga anak. Your name, your grade and section, question number 2, your answer, and of course, your cell phone number.
Okay, ito na talaga. Babalik na natin sa ating learning facilitators ang ating mikropono. Go!
Naririnig ba ako? Meron. Okay. So, bago ko ituloy ang discussion, babating muna ako. So, isang maaliwalas na umaga sa ating lahat. Binabati ko ang mga nanonood ngayon sa ating Math Alive sa Facebook Live. Lalong-lalo na sa aking 7 Newton, 7 Galileo, at 7 Archimedes. So, makinig lang kayo dyan mga anak dahil magiging lesson din natin ito sa elementary algebra. And of course, hindi pwedeng makalimutan ang aking tatlong anak, John D, Dion, and June D. So, hello sa inyo. At binabati ko rin ang aking batchmate na nakikinig sa radyo ngayon from Alfreda Albano National High School, Magasi, Cabagan, Isabela. At si Mr. Victorino Takuitoy all the way from Brazil. So thank you for listening and watching. Okay, so ituloy na natin ang ating discussion for lesson 2, factoring the difference of two squares. Okay. So, in factoring the difference of two squares, bali ito ang bakit balik? We have the product of sum and difference of two terms. We have x plus a times x minus a equals x squared minus a squared. Kung maalala nyo sa special products natin dati, ito ang product ng sum and difference of two terms. So, i-recall lang natin konti. So, the product of x plus a times x minus a is x squared minus a squared. So, yung x squared minus a squared ang tinatawag nating difference of two squares. So, babalik pa rin natin this time. Ano ang factor ng x squared minus a squared? So the factors are, we have, yung nakita natin dyan sa taas, we have x plus a times the quantity x minus a, or, pwedeng baliktarin, quantity x minus a times x plus a. Okay, paano natin malalaman na yung given ay difference of two squares? So, titignan nyo lang yung dalawang terms. Kung yon ay perfect squares. So, yan. Kung halimbawa yung ating x squared, of course, perfect square yan. Kasi pag kinuha mo yung square root ng x squared, that is x. At yung a squared natin, pag kinuha ang square root, that is a. Okay, let's take a look at the examples. Let's factor the following expression. So, for number 1, we have x squared minus 9. Actually, mga anak, ito yung pinakamadaling i-factor. Okay, yung difference of two squares. Kasi once na nakuha mo na yung square root ng dalawang terms, yun na yung factors niya. Papalitan mo lang yung sign sa gitna. Plus at minus. Okay. So, what is the square root of x squared? That is x. At ang square root ng 9 is 3. So, therefore, the factors are x plus 3, or the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity x minus 3. So, ganun lang kasimple. Okay? So, ang dali lang yan. So, kukunin nyo lang yung square root ng given terms. Okay, for number 2, w squared minus 16. Ano ang square root ng w squared? That is w. And the square root of 16 is 4. So, pagsamahin lang yung w at 4, ilagay sa loob ng parentheses, and then plus minus. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. So, we have the factors, the quantity w minus 4 times the quantity w plus 4. Okay. And last example, 36x squared minus 1. Ano ang square root ng 36? That is 6. Ang square root ng x squared is x. So, therefore, yung square root ng first term natin is 6x. And for the square root of 1, we have 1. So, therefore, pagsamahin natin yung 6x at 1, we have the factors, the quantity 6x minus 1 times the quantity 6x plus 1. Okay, paano kung ang given ay plus yung nasa gitna? 36x squared plus 1. Pwede ba natin gamitin ito? Okay, the answer is no. Kasi ito lang ay para sa difference. So, dapat yung given ay minus yan. So, hindi pwedeng plus. Okay? So, that is for lesson 2. Yan, sana naiintindihan yung factoring difference of two squares natin. Okay, let's have lesson 3. Factoring the sum and difference of two cubes. Ayan, so 2 cubes ito. Meron tayong x cube plus y cube. Ano yung factor niyan? And we also have x cube minus y cube. Okay, so ito yung ating pattern. So, tatandaan ito. For x cube plus y cube, the factors are the quantity x plus y. Paano makukuha yan? Kukunin ang cube root ng x cube or yung first term na given. So, the cube root of x cube is x and the cube root of y cube is y. Okay, so yun yung magiging first factor. Okay, for the second factor, we have x squared minus xy plus y squared. Parang ang haba, di ba? Okay, huwag kayong matakot dyan. Ang importante lang dito mga anak, alam nyo kumuha ng cube root. So, once na alam nyo na ang cube root, yan yung ilalagay nyo sa first factor, yan yung x at y natin. For the second factor, ang titignan nyo ngayon ay yung nasa first factor, yung x at y. Sa second factor, square mo yung x or yung first term. So, that is x squared. And then, yung sign ng susunod, baligtarin mo. So, x plus y yan, ang magiging sign natin for the second term is minus xy. Ano yung xy? That is the product of x and y dun sa first factor. Okay? And for the last term, plus, laging plus yung dulo, square mo naman yung last term ng x plus y, yung y natin. Y squared. So, ganun lang. How about x cubed minus y cubed? Babalik ta rin lang natin yung mga signs dun sa taas. So, gaya kanina, kunin ang cube root ng first term, cube root ng second term, that is now the first factor. Kopyahin lang yung sign. So, kung ang given ay plus, plus din yung first factor. Kung minus, minus din yung first factor. For the second factor, square the first term, x. So, that is x squared. Balik na rin yung minus sign, magiging plus. I-multiply ang x at y, so xy. And then, plus the square of y. So, that is y squared. So, ito yung importanteng dapat tandaan dyan sa ating factoring the sum and difference of two cubes. Huwag kakalimutan yan. So, let's have some examples para mas maintindihan. Okay. First example, we have x cubed plus 27. What is the cube root of x cubed? Okay, that is x. How about the cube root of 27? Ano ba yung cube root pala ulit? Okay, pag sinabing cube root, ito yung kapag tinimes mo sa sarili niya ng 3 beses. Okay? Yung x natin, x times x, that is x cubed. So, the cube root of x is x. Sa 27 naman, we have 3. Anong number yung pag tinimes mo sa sarili niya ng 3 beses, ang magiging sagot ay 27. So, that is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. So, the cube root of 27 is 3. So, therefore, the first factor is, pagsamahin natin yung x at 3, we have x plus 3. Okay, ano na naman yung second factor? Sabi natin kanina, square natin yung first term. So, the first term is x. Square natin, that is x squared. Plus yung given, so minus naman, babalik ta rin natin. I-multiply natin yung x and 3. Of course, laging nauuna ang numerical coefficient. So, the product is 3x. And then, square natin ang 3, that is 9. So, yan na ang sagot. Yan na yung ating factors for x cubed plus 27. Okay, next example, doon naman tayo sa difference of two cubes. Y cubed minus 64. Ano ang cube root ng y cubed? So that is y. How about cube root of 64? Anong number yung kapag tinimes mo sa sarili niya ng 3 beses, ang sagot ay 64. So that is 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. So, therefore, the cube root of 64 is 4. So, meron tayong y sa first term, 4 sa second term. Pagsamahin natin, kopyahin ang sign. So, we have the first factor is y minus 4. Okay, ganun lang. For the second factor, square natin ang y. That is y squared. Balik sa rin ang sign, magiging plus. And then, i-multiply yung y and 4. That is 4y. And then, square the second term, which is 4. So, 4 times 4 is 16. So, yan na ang ating factors for y cubed minus 64. Okay, next. Medyo pahirapan natin ng konti. Ayan, paano kung may kasamang numerical coefficient yung ating mga variables? Okay, so ano ang cube root ng 8? 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So, the cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of x cubed is x. So, ibig sabihin, ang first term natin ay 2x. And then, 729, the cube root is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Times 9 is 729. So therefore, cube root of 729 is 9. And the cube root of y cubed is y. So pagsamahin na natin ngayon. So the first factor is 2x plus 9y. Next factor, square natin ng 2x. 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. So therefore, the first term is 4x squared. Balik ta rin ang sign, magiging minus. I-multiply muna yung numbers. 2 times 9 is 18. And then, x times y is xy. Then, plus 9 times 9 is 81. Y times y is y squared. Okay, so medyo ikat na natin dito para matapos pa natin yung ibang lesson. Ayan. So, isulat nyo na lang yung mga sana na screenshot. Okay, so let's go back to Teacher Janice for lesson 4.
Okay, for lesson 4, we have to factor perfect square trinomials. Take note ng perfect square trinomials ay product po yan ng squaring a binomial. So we have the patterns. The square of the quantity x plus b is equal to, paano kinukuha yan? We have to square the first term, so we have x squared plus twice the product of the first term and the second term, so we have 2bx plus the square of the last term, so we have b raised to 2. Then, ganun din dito sa difference ng binomial na x or the square of x minus b, we have x squared minus 2bx plus b squared. So, yung product po niya, yan po yung tinatawag nating perfect square trinomial. So, let's have examples. Ayan. So, yung first activity natin is, we need to determine whether the given expression is a perfect square trinomial or a PST. So, yun nga yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, dapat nakasunod siya doon sa ating pattern. So, titingnan natin, the given is x squared plus 4x plus 4. So, tingnan natin, saan ba nanggaling ang x squared? That is, ini-square natin ang x or that is x times x. Plus, yung 2 kasi doon sa pattern natin, 2 is constant. So, kumbaga yung another 2 dyan, nanggaling siya dun sa square root ng 4 which is the last term. So, i-multiply natin, that is 2 times 2 times x, is it equal sa middle term natin which is 4x. Okay. So, since nag-equal siya, and then sa last term, the square root of 4 is 2, or squaring 2, that is 4. So, therefore, the given example is a PST or a perfect square trinomial. Okay. Tingnan naman natin itong example 2. We have x squared minus 6x plus 4. So, tulad kanina, ang square root ng x squared is x. Square root ng 4 is 2. Then, sa middle term tayo mag-focus ngayon. I-multiply natin yung square root ng first term which is x. Square root ng last term is 2 times the given constant na 2. So, we have 2 times 2 times x, 4x. Hindi siya nag-equal dun sa middle term natin which is 6x. So, therefore, the given example is not a perfect square trinomial. Not PST po siya. Okay. So, doon na po tayo, ma'am. Doon sa next, how to factor the given. So, madali lang po yan na mag-factor tayo ng perfect square trinomial. So, ang gagawin lang po natin is, para makuha natin yung sagot, which is the square of a binomial, yun lagi ang sagot niya, kunin mo lamang po yung square root ng first term. The first term is x squared. Ang square root po niyan is x. And our last term is 81. Ang square root po ng 81 is Now, paano natin malalaman kung minus ba o plus yung ating binomial na sagot? The middle term of the given PST or the sign of the middle term of the given PST dictates. Siyang nagdidikta kung ano yung sign ng ating sagot. So, since negative 18x, negative siya. So, yung sagot natin kanina na square root ng x squared, x, square root ng 81 is 9. So, ano yung sign ng middle term natin? Negative. So, the sign between x and 9 is minus or also negative. So, the final answer is the square of the quantity x minus 9. Okay, number 2. We have 9x squared minus 6x plus 1 equals, kunin natin ang square root ng 9x squared, that is 3x, and the square root of 1 is 1. So, the final answer is the square of 3x minus 1. Minus siya kasi yung middle term natin is negative. Okay. Third example, we have 36x squared plus 12x plus 1. So, same procedure tayo. Square root ng 36x squared is 6x. Then, the square root of 1 is 1. So, pagsasamahin natin, ang sign po ng middle term is positive. So, we have the square of 6x plus 1. Okay. So, balik tayo sa question number 2. Mga ma'am, may nanalo na po ba?
Okay, ayan, nagbabalik kami. Ang bilis ng oras talaga mga anak. Kahit gusto namin ibigay sa inyong buong libro. Napakabilis! And we have a winner! Bago yan, ano ba ang correct answer, partner?
Okay, sa ating question number 2, partner, ang tamang sagot ay letter B. That is the quantity of 3x plus 1 times the quantity
Okay,
x plus 2.
shout out sa mga nabasa ko ha, kasi pasensya na kayo. Ito lang mga nakita. Kate Magaway, Gabriel Andres, Alain Andres, Jessica Pito, Gerald Baring, Lester John Lopez, Dennis Perez of SPA. Yan yung mga nag-send ng correct answer, pero may isang mapalad na nabnalo na una at kumpleto. Okay.
I-reveal na natin kung sino ang panalo.
8SPA.
Napaka-active talaga ng SPA natin.
Alexander James Timbraza. Congratulations!
Congratulations! And again, thank you, Ma'am
Siya
Lana
ang nanalo
sa ating premyo.
Yes, congratulations at maraming salamat po sa ating sponsor dahil natutuwa siya sa cooperation na binibigay ng mga bata. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Larna. Okay. Ano ba ang next part natin dyan, mga Pasi? Meron pa ba tayong idadagdag?
Okay. Na tayo sa question number 3.
Hindi natin maano to dahil hindi natin mag-discuss.
Okay.
Muna tayo sa time. So, mag-uusap tayo session na lang yung mga subject teachers nila para ma-discuss yung iba pang factoring techniques.
Okay, ayan. So, dahil marami tayong topic na na-cover ngayon at pang isang buwan yata ito, partner.
Yes, partner.
So, yung iba dito, ibibigay na lang para sa inyo ng inyong mga subject teachers. And of course, may dadagdag lang kami ni partner na question number 3. Hindi na tukol dyan.
Ito, bonus question ulit. Pa-bonus question ulit natin.
Bago tayo mag-summarize. So, sino, mga anak, ito na, wait for my go, go, go signal.
Complete name to,
Yes. Comment your name, section, answer, and cellphone number sa ating tanong na pabonus bago tayo maghiwa-hiwalay. Ano ba ang tanong, partner?
Ayan, ang tanong natin, sino ba ang sponsor natin sa ating mga papremyo?
Paulit-ulit ko binanggit kanina. Para lang medyo
ulit na binabanggit para ma-emphasize.
Kung nakinig kayo, naririnig niyo siya kanina, hindi lang kayo comment ng comment dyan. Okay, eto na. Go, go, go! Sino kaya yung ating generous na sponsor sa ating 7 and 8 and grade 9 and 10 Math Alarm sa Facebook Live?
God bless you more,
Yes.
ma'am.
Habang hinihintay po natin ang maswerteng mananalo, ibalik na po natin ang trono sa ating facilitators para ibigay lang ang maikling summary ng kanilang na-discuss ngayon. Okay, go, go!
Yes. Yes, so for the summary, so na-discuss namin ang iba't ibang factoring techniques. So nasabi kanina ni Teacher Janice that factoring is the method of expressing the polynomials as product of two or more polynomials. And these polynomials are called factors. So ang na-discuss namin dyan sa nakikita nyo ngayon ay yung diniscuss na una kanina ni Teacher Janice, the greatest common monomial factor, then the difference of two squares, sum and difference of two cubes na diniscuss ko yung dalawa, and yung last na na-discuss is the perfect square trinomial. So yung mga natitira dyan na nakikita nyo mga anak, yung general trinomials dahil medyo maduguyan at hindi na talaga kaya ng time, at yung by grouping, medyo complicated na yung mga yan, ay i-discuss na lang sa inyo ng inyong mga subject teachers sa math. Okay, yan.
Okay, meron pa ba ma'am, mga Kasi?
Okay
Oh,
na.
shout out daw kay Mary Yanwaria. Hello anak, pinuno niya talaga yung comment section. Go, go, go!
Sa mga hindi na siya shout out, wag kayong magtampo ha. Wala na kasi tayong oras mga anak.
Okay. So, meron na po ba tayong nanalo dyan sa ating DTI representative bago tayo patuloy na mamaalam? Iba yung dating ng mamaalam.
Alam, ayaw ko yung pakinggan eh.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Ang dami pong nagjo-join at nagsisend, pero kinulang tayo. Palagi naman tayong kulang talaga sa time. Meron na ba tayong nanalo dyan, Ma'am Mylene? Para sa ating last question. Okay, habang hinihintay natin ang mananalo.
Salamatan na muna natin, partner.
Yes, sabi nga ni Timothy Peña, believing in yourself is always the X factor in the equation of achieving greatness. Ayan, X factor.
X factor. Ayan,
Eto
meron
na
na tayong panalo.
ang maswerteng nakapagbigay ng tamang pangalan ng ating sponsor for this RBI airing, buong mat natin ngayon. Siya ay galing sa 7 Galileo
at ang nanalo ay si Nathaniel Andres.
Congratulations!
Yan, congratulations!
Sino ba ang ating sponsor kasi?
Yan, ang ating sponsor of course ay si Ma'am Larna Tan
Yes,
Nevado.
maraming salamat po at
Thank
more
you so much
blessings
po,
po sa
ma'am.
inyo at mas marami pang babalik.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to meet I would like you to meet our team. Ito na ang nasa likod ng ating RBI. Of course, my name is Teacher Rowella and Ma'am Jenny, ang aking katabing pagkaganda-ganda. Our learning facilitators, Teacher Janice Bill Simon and Teacher Mardy C. De La Cruz. And of course, ang ating DTA representative, tagapili ng mga nanalo, si Ma'am Judith, Teacher Judith, and Teacher Mylene. And of course, scriptwriter and presentation designer, Teacher Larly Vinitura. Ayan, super shoutout sila sa pangalan mo, Ma'am Lloyd. Napansin mo ba? Ikaw lang yan nasa chat nila. Okay, maraming salamat po. And of course, presentation designer din si Ma'am Judith. Kasama siya sa nag-edit dito. And of course, sa ating susunod na babatiin ay...
of course, salamat din sa ating gwapong-gwapong technical specialist na si Teacher Joshua Rezon M. Guillermo. Thank you so much, sir. Maraming salamat din po sa ating Quality Assurance Officer. Walang iba kundi ang aming mami, Merlinda D. Dante. Thank you so much, mami. And welcome sa pagbabalik. Nagbabalik na rin ang aming merienda. Maraming salamat din po sa ating Assistant Principal, Ma'am Ruby R. Guillermo. At syempre, hindi natin makakalimutan ang ating butihing ama, ang ating Chief Education Supervisor, ang Officer in Charge, Dr. Rodrigo V. Pascua. Thank you so much po, sir.
Yes, and we are your anchors and hosts for today. I am Teacher Rowella S. Santos.
And I am Teacher Jenny D. Carino.
Thank you for staying with us. See you again next time on Math Alive sa Facebook Live. Abangan po natin ang susunod na lesson mamayang 1 o'clock to 2:30 ang Science 7. Bye! Ingat po tayong lahat. Salamat!
Pre-calculus, advanced algebra, intermediate algebra, trigonometry, elementary algebra, geometry, mga araling dapat tuklasin, mathematics learning area, mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan, mathematics, maaasahan inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing!
Nais mong matuto, buksan mo ang iyong radyo. Lahat kami ay narito, tapat sa aming serbisyo. Walang problemang di malalampasan. Magliliwanag ang ating kinabukasan. Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo. Hatid namin makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan. Hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio.